They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They'll go again with Hall. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's Taylor. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. Taylor. That's to the left side, pulled in by Conklin. A gain of 16 yards, and the Jets have a 1st down. Now, Taylor. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
So instead of celebrating a touchdown, he's just heading back to his huddle trying to keep his head up as everyone kind of looks at him sideways. If that ball hits your hands at this level, you've just got to make the catch. That's what your quarterback's counting on. That's what your teammates are counting on. Frankly, that's what this entire stadium is counting on. He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Throwing, Taylor. He'll try to run for it. And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Those plays are killers for a defense. You think you have the quarterback hemmed in. You think you have a chance for your pass rush to get you off the field. Instead, he gets away, picks up some tough yards, and sets his team up 1st and goal.
They'll run. It's Hall. And no signal, waiting. They say he did not break the play. He's down inside the 1. From a little closer, here's 2nd and goal. One more time, they give it to Hall. And this time, he's in. Reese Hall. Touchdown, Jets. That is 16th touchdown of the year. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Texans offense ready now for their 2nd drive. They had that pick on the opening drive. It led to a touchdown. So 7-0 the deficit as they get the ball back 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Stroud. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Here's the Florida Gator, Dameon Pierce. He'll get this ahead for about 3. C.J. Mosley, the veteran linebacker, there to shut it down. You get a look there at his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Second and 7. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That's to the former Buffalo Bills, Stephon Diggs. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. That's caught. It's Dameon Pierce.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
He bought as much time as he could, but he will finally be taken down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
He'll try and get there on the ground. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. And that is no good. He missed it. And they are not able to draw closer. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll get it into the hands of Garrett Wilson. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. Back to throw is Taylor. That's a short one taken in by Conklin. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Here's Hall. He is in. Reese Hall. Touchdown, New York. That is 2nd touchdown of the game. And 17 for the season. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Texans offense back onto the field for their next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. We'll try again here, 2nd and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Pierce. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stroud. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. We're going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. 1 quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. 14-0 is our score. We're back to upstate New York in just a moment. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw is Taylor. Coming free is Conklin. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. It is Azeez Al-Shire with the stop.
Let's go now.
Another run here with Hall. They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. It is Azeez Al-Shire with the stop. 3rd and 5.
Here we go.
Taylor looking to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Throwing is Stroud. That's caught right side, the tight end Schultz. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Throwing on 2nd down, Stroud. That's complete to Diggs. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down. Here we go. Stroud gives it to Pierce. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. To throw is Stroud. That's into the hands of Diggs. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. Now a 3rd and 2. Dell motioning over. They'll go play action with Stroud. Open man, left side. He's got it. First time they've looked his way tonight. Good time to do it. It's a 1st down. Now Stroud. He's got his man. That's Nico Collins. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
Talk about having a breakout season in year 3. I mean, years 1 and 2, Mike, he didn't combine for 1,000 yards in total. Year 3, nearly 1,300 yards. Big reason for C.J. Stroud's great rookie season behind center was the play of Nico Collins. Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
That is caught. What a job to keep the play alive. Dare Ogunbowale. Touchdown, Texans. Fairbairn able to add the extra point, and the Texans are on the board. It's now 14-7. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Set to return is Xavier Gibson. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Breece Hall making his way back out there as the Jets are on offense again. He's run well here in the first half of the season, as you see there. He's the NFL's rushing leader coming into this weekend.
Holding offense. Still 1st down.
He'll drop to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson. That will make third down a little more manageable. Good yardage gained on that one. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment.
Let's go.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. That's into the hands of Xavier Gibson. A gain there of 11. Good for a Jets first down.
That's good for a Jets first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll run it out of the gun, and it's Hall. And he'll be brought down at the 45. Kamari Lassiter there on the stop. Here's a 2nd and 9.
At the 45-yard line.
Here's Taylor. He's going to tuck it and go. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. Now a stoppage for an injured Texan. Third down, 3 to go. Taylor. And that is incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
They're going to go, and it's Hall. And he's not going to get there. They have stopped them short. It's a turnover on downs, and it comes as we hit the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Stroud to throw. That's to the left side and taken in by Diggs. He's still on his feet, and he will go all the way. Touchdown, Houston. Fairbairn good on the point after. And the Texans will tie things up. We are all even at 14. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. Gibson now on the return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. On the handoff, here comes Hall. And he'll get about 5.
And his great first half on the ground continues, and this is one of those guys that when he gets in the groove, it seems like it's an 8-yard run, a 10-yard run, and all of a sudden a 15-yard chunk play, one after another.
The coverage too good downfield. They'll wind up taking him down. 3rd and 9. Now Taylor. And they're going to get him a second time. He goes down again. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. The Texans offense ready to come back out for this next possession. Stroud to throw here on 1st down. Trying the right side. Taken in by Collins. Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their 2nd. And they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half. On 2nd down, Stroud. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That's into the hands of Dell on the right side. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. A gain of 11 there, and a 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in...
And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. So the official upstairs and the replay center in New York get the 2nd look, and indeed this call will be overturned. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time the kick is good, and the Texans get 3 here late in the 1st half to take the lead.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
Let's go now.
Throwing, Taylor. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap. First half.
I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, he'll keep this one on the ground. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this 1st half of play. And both teams ready to play on, so we'll do the same as we get set for quarter number 3. Three points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. Gibson now on the return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Jets offense and Breece Hall getting set for this next drive. We check out the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns coming into this weekend, and you see he is currently 2nd in that category.
And he just continues to chew off more and more yardage with every single carry. And you can see here with the numbers, Mike, for as strong as he was in the 1st half, it almost looks like he's gotten even stronger now here in the 2nd.
That's caught over the middle. It's Wilson. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Back to throw is Taylor. Right back to Wilson. He's got it again. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. The season for him. Space getting tight here. Down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. That's to the left side. Pulled in by Conklin. And he will score. Tyler Conklin. Touchdown, New York. Zerline's kick. Up and good. And the Jets move out in front by 4. It's 21-17. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. C.J. Stroud and the Houston offense set to get going again. And I want to take you through the highlights here. They have been plentiful from the quarterback position. Has the offense running at a high efficiency throughout, and we'll try to sustain it here down the stretch.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
A second down throw for Stroud. That'll be taken in by Pierce. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down. Now it's the veteran, Dare Ogunbowale. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. On the ground, it's Pierce. And their woes in the running game continue. He's going to be taken down behind the line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Here now, 3rd and 5. To throw, it's Stroud. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. The Texans getting all set to punt. He's on for the second time. We'll try to get something inside the 10. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Jets offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. A run here with Hall. And the defense all over this one. They knock him down. It'll go down as a loss of 2. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
This has been a tough sequence right out of the jump. You work all week on your opening script, and they're usually the plays that you feel the best about to try to establish some sort of early rhythm, but through 2 plays.
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack. On now comes the punt team for the Jets, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. And he looks up and he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball, as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in.
Here we go.
On 1st down, it's Stroud. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Let's go.
From the gun, here's Stroud. To the left side, into the hands of Collins. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Here's 3rd down and a few inches.
Here we go.
On the ground, it's Ogunbowale. And he's going to have the first down. They'll mark him at the 29, but it's a new set of downs. First down picked up. They'll run straight ahead with Pierce. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Pierce will get it on the zone read. And he'll fight forward for a couple of yards, but a flag is down, and the linemen are already walking back.
Still second down.
On the carry, it's Pierce. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. Here's Stroud. He'll go underneath here, the running back out of the backfield. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the first down. Fairbairn's kick is good. And the Texans cut the deficit down to 1.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Now, on the return, he has lost the football. And this is taken in by the defense. Special teams comes through again. We don't talk about it nearly enough, but sometimes the biggest plays of the game happen like that one. The kickoff return, fumble, recovered, and momentum swings again.
Everybody loves to see a big return, Mike, but the priority of any kick return unit, just give your offense a chance to possess the ball. And in this case, they don't do that. They turn the ball over, and now they find themselves back out there on defense.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
Here we go.
Throwing is Stroud. That's caught right side, the tight end, Schultz. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
All right.
On play action, Stroud. Here's a shot toward the end zone.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
On the run, here's Hall. Not much there, maybe a yard. Taylor looking to throw. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
A give. Here's Hall. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
Let's go now.
To throw is Taylor. That's a short one taken in by Conklin. And he's going to be brought down here on what will turn out to be the final play. An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. First down and goal. They'll run. It's Hall. And he's into the end zone yet again. Reese Hall. Touchdown, Jets. It is his third touchdown of the game. And 18 now on the season. Greg, that's the way to handle it. Up one, go down the field, get the touchdown, and extend the lead to 7.
Mike, the key for this offense is they were at their best when their best was needed. Being able to extend this lead late in the fourth quarter, they've got to be feeling pretty good about where things stand to close this game out.
The Texans offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Man in motion, it's Diggs. They'll start this one on the ground with Pierce. Tough to bring down, and somehow he manages to get 4 yards out of that. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now Stroud. That's into the hands of Diggs. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the first down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Open man, that's Collins.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Throwing on 2nd down, Stroud. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase.
Oh, and once again, the pressure too intense. They get him down again. The Texans set to punt this one away. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the fourth quarter. And he'll get something there on the return, able to take this back to the 20-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. They'll go again with Hall. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. And the big night continues. That last run gives him yardage to put him over 100 for the game.
Check, Bobcat, check. Come on, set. Ready?
On 1st down, they go right back to Hall.
Brief ball to the ball carrier. On the 47-yard line. 4 yards.
Flat.
2nd and 6.
Let's go. Hurt. Street. Check go.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again.
Brief ball to the ball carrier. That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3.
Ready? Hup.
Taylor. He's got his man. Complete to Wilson. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge first down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
Not a lot on that one. He'll take it down to the 36. Now, after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside.
Check smash. Ready?
Shotgun snap and a give to Hall. He'll be brought down. It was a nice pickup, but a penalty flag on the play. Early indications of a hold.
Seven Pirates, go!
Here's Taylor. That one caught by Wilson. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. Two minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Here's 3rd and 2. He'll try to run for it with Hall. And he's going to have a Jets first down. His defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain on 3rd and 2. Another run here with Hall. And quickly, the clock stops again. Defense taking the timeout. $1:54 to go. They'll drop to throw. That's to Conklin, the tight end. And he'll be taken down. Texans going to use the last of their timeouts here. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. Here's a run. And he will score again. Breece Hall. Touchdown, New York. What a night he's having. That's 4 touchdowns in this game alone. 2 choices down there. Either work it up inside or use that speed to the edge. And Greggy's able to sneak it in for the touchdown.
Down here this close, Mike, there's a lot of bodies in there tight. So oftentimes, if you can get the back on the edge, they can rely on that speed, and that's exactly what we saw here. He wins the race to the pylon, and he's rewarded with 6.
Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. And he gets that one complete to Collins. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. He'll get this out to his running back. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
From the gun here on third down, it's Stroud. He's got a receiver, that's Woods. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. Pass caught, it's John Mechie. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. That's going to be incomplete, so no help there. And we're likely down to a final snap. Here's 2nd down.
On the fleet, right?
Here we go. One final play. He'll let this go towards the end zone. So this one in the win column for the Jets. They're able to bounce back after a difficult loss a week ago. Respond with a much better overall performance, and it culminates in a victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA.